Mallory and Irvin climbed the north face, up towards the summit ridge, where the second step blocked their path.
We got to the ridge just on schedule, right after dawn. Absolutely wonderful.
At 12:50 on June the 8th, 1924, support climber Noel Odell sighted Mallory and Irvin through a gap in the clouds.
My eyes became fixed on a tiny black dot a short distance from the base of the final pyramid. Another moved up to join it. They were moving expeditiously as if to make up for lost time. Then the whole fascinating vision vanished, enveloped in cloud.
Mallory and Irvin were missing.
No trace can be found. Awaiting orders.
Instead of capturing their victorious ascent, cameraman John Noel had to film the search for them. Days later, blankets laid out as a cross in the snow signaled the devastating news. Mallory and Irvin were lost, presumed dead.
Mrs. Mallory, Herschel House, Cambridge. Committee deeply regret receive bad news. Everest expedition today. Your husband killed. Last climb. Committee offer you and family heartfelt sympathy.
Ruth received the news one evening. She decided not to tell her children that night because they'd already gone to bed. She actually went to bed herself and slept with that terrible knowledge, and then in the morning woke them up and took them into her bed, told them this terrible news.
George's spirit was ready for another life, and his way of going to it was very beautiful. I know so absolutely he could not have failed in courage or self-sacrifice. If only it hadn't happened. So easily might not have.
The golden age of exploration had ended in tragedy. The fallen hero was mourned by king and country.
It must have been an extraordinary day, the bells ringing out around Britain in mourning. And then a memorial service in St. Paul's, the mourners packing the pews, and speeches given in Mallory's honour.
Mallory the man soon became Mallory the legend. Many people were convinced he had reached the top of Everest. But to summit, he would first have had to free climb the second step.
On June 14th, our expedition reached the second step. This formidable rock face that stood between Mallory and the summit. The Sherpas cleared the fixed ropes and hauled the ladder away. restoring the second step to what it was like in 1924.
Goal is today, pull the ladders up and climb it free, that is, without the assistance of the Chinese ladder.
This whole time on the expedition, I knew it was going to come down to this half hour on a cliff band at 28,300 feet. Could I do it? In the form that Mallory and Irvine would have encountered it. Free of any ladder, free of any rope, free of any indication of man. You have the whole north face of Mount Everest all the way down to the central Rongbuk Glacier below you. 8,000 feet of exposure. God, what am I doing? Just like Mallory and Irvin, Leo and I were tied together. It's the brotherhood of the rope.
Imagine this, June 8th, 1924. Okay. Yeah.
Man!
What happened there?
Bad step.
Had I not caught myself, there's a good chance I could have fallen over the edge, pulled Leo from the mountain, and fallen 7,000 feet to the central Rongbuk Glacier.
I think it shook him up somewhat, and he ended up spending quite a long time figuring out what to do next, recomposing himself. I mean, I'd say at least 20 minutes.
Gonna stand on my shoulders.
Let me give it another go. My job was to climb the second step. I knew that I had to try it from a different angle. Okay. High step, Brad. I think I got it, Leo. I think I got it. After 8 years of keeping me awake at night and being the 90 feet of climbing that I had to get done, I got the second step. I can't breathe.
I realized that my toes had gone completely numb. My biggest fear through this whole experience has been getting frostbite in my toes. I was just concerned about getting to the top of the second step as quickly as I possibly could.
I thought about Mallory. Our ascent of the second step opens up the possibility that they could have pulled it off.
Yeah.
Earlier, I was under the impression that the second step was an impossibility for climbers of that time. Now, I'm changed on that. They definitely were capable of doing it. The second step is not too much of an obstacle for them to overcome.
They were determined, and if they were strong and they were moving quickly, there's a chance they made it to the top.
Dear one, I will be thinking of you as you set off for the summit. I know you can achieve your wildest dream.
Within 200 yards or so of the top of Everest, we shall go. And if it's a one-way ticket, so be it.